Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Market Fatafat. I'm Avan Dabash. We'll take a look at the kind of recovery the markets have staged. Over 100 points as we're now back above the 10,800 mark, cruising, in fact, towards the 10,850 level. The Sensex as well has recovered quite comfortably from the low point of the trading day, nearly 350 points to be precise. The Nifty bank merits a mention as well because due to the likes of Federal Bank, Axis Bank, RBL, you have the Nifty bank as well recovering nearly 300 points in a single trading session. The auto index too has recovered. Ditto is the case with the broader end of the market, which is now just staring at a cut of about 1/3% and 0.6% respectively. Do remember, we have more clarity with respect to what emerged this morning with India crossing the LOC for the first time since 1971. A non-military preemptive strike with no collateral damage, no civilian casualties either. On account of that, the markets have stabilized somewhat. But let's then start off with Market Fatafat, and Soumya is joining me, and we're going to run you through all of the top stocks to keep an eye out on and all of the newsmakers in trade today. Well, begin then first up with the ET Now exclusive CG Power. Soumya, walk us through the news today.
Well, according to what we're gathering from the sources, the promoter Gautam Thapar is looking at selling his stake in the company and is in talks with KKR and other PE players for this stake sale. Well, the promoters hold a 34.4% in CG Power, and the entire amount is like 100% is pledged as of December.
Okay, that's the latest coming in on CG Power. The stock too has recovered from the low point of the trading day. 30.7 is where it's currently at. Meantime, check in on FMCG major Britannia. In fact, we understand that now this company is going to join the ranks of the 49 others on the prestigious Nifty 50 index. This is going to happen effective 29th March. The company will be replacing HPCL, and this will take the overall consumer current weightage to 11.7% versus 10.8%, so nearly 85 basis points weightage for Britannia as it replaces HPCL on the index effective 29th of March. All right, that's keeping the stock upbeat in trade today, but much the contrary when it comes to DHFL. In fact, ICRA has cut the credit worthiness, I understand, Soumya.
Well, yes, Avan, the stock has been under pressure on back of ICRA cutting their credit worthiness of DHFL commercial paper by 2 notches. Well, they say that this rating revision is due to moderation in company's financial flexibility. So we see the stock reacting sharply on back of this news flow.
All right, keep an eye out on DHFL, ever so volatile, and that move sort of continues into trade today as the stock as we speak is now down nearly 4%. Meantime, let's keep it with more updates on Jet Airways. Well, quite a few of them. The company has come out with issuing a statement along with Etihad saying that they've clarified on the pilots' non-cooperation. They are in talks with the stakeholders. There will be a resolution of the entire plan. There will be payment dues coming in for those pilots. But we're also picking up from ET Now sources that the IT department suspects a siphoning off of funds in Jet Airways to the tune of 600 crore rupees. There are initial investigations that have taken place, and we understand that payments have been made to the Dubai-based agent and excess commission was paid to the ticketing agents. The IT department has called on Jet Airways to clarify the same. The management has, though, said to ET Now that they have not received any communication from the IT department so far. Nonetheless, Jet Airways 224 is where it's at. From aviation then to telecom, Bharti Airtel, and they sure need to get their act together with their fundraising plans to take on Realty, Soumya.
Yes, when the stock has been focused, they said that the board said that they're considering fundraising either via equity or debt in their meeting to be held on February 28th. So they say that they aim to create reserves to contain their debt and meet capital expenditures for boosting its 4G network in order to fight with Reliance Jio. Apart from this, CLSA came out with a brokerage note today maintaining a buy stance with a target price of 410 per share. They say that the sector revenues will nearly stable since 4 quarters, and the market share shifts will continue. They expect turn in revenues from Q4. So they maintain a buy stance with a target price of 410 per share.
All right, that's the latest on Bharti Airtel, just about flat in trade today at 317. Well, let's move on to some of the brokerage stocks, and remember, There has been a bit of a negative news coming in from SEBI as they have recently declared Motilal Oswal and IIFL not fit and proper in order to run their commodities segment. Now the latest under fire are Geojit BNP, which is under pressure, as well as Anand Rathi, as SEBI has declared both of these companies as well not fit for trade. They are suggesting that the parent firms, this is unlikely to impact the parent firms. The order is pertaining yet again specifically to the commodity entities that have been barred. So that's the latest coming in on Geojit, 34.8. Tell you what, we take a quick break, do come right back. We'll try and get you lots more stocks to watch out for. Back with Market Fatafat right here on ET now, 10,841 on the index and a smart recovery of nearly 120 points from the low point of the trading day. But let's keep it with individual stocks that are in news today, and Hotel Leela as well merits a mention. In fact, they have informed the exchanges just today that JM Financial has filed an application with the NCLT against Hotel Leela under Section 7 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. They are saying that the company is engaging with prospective investors for a solution. The stock definitely has taken a reaction to that news. 5% off, now 10 rupees on Hotel Leela. Moving on and shifting gears literally to the auto space, Eicher as well is in focus. Why is that, Soumya?
Well, Aman, certain good news for the company since the entire staff has reported to work at the Tamil Nadu plant and the operations have returned to normalcy. Well, 3 units at Royal Enfield's Orgadam plant are now fully operational. But the company also informed the exchanges saying that although things have been resumed to normalcy, but this labor strike has impacted the production of 3,200 motorcycles. So stock reacting, although has recovered from day's low.
Okay, that's the latest coming in. 20,689, utterly flat as we speak, just about breaking into the green for Eicher Motors in tandem, of course, with the rest of the market. But let's move on and keep it with an ET Now exclusive. And we understand, as we told you a short while ago, that Jet Airways is being examined by the IT department for dubious overseas payments to the tune of 600 crores. My colleague Utkarsh Chaturvedi has the latest. Utkarsh.
So what we're picking up at this point of time from our sources in Income Tax Department is that the search and survey which happened in September by the Income Tax Department has revealed that around 600 crore rupees is what has been siphoned off by Jet Airways in Dubai. Now what our sources in Income Tax tell us is that it is through the sales agent, it is through the ticketing agents that they were priced that these amount 600 crore rupees was really siphoned off. What Income Tax Department also say is that these sales agents were given excessive commission of what actually was decided and was necessary. Now remember that initially it was in September that Jet Airways offices were searched and surveyed by Income Tax. Now at this point of time what we pick up is that the Income Tax Department is likely to call Jet Airways to explain these dubious 600 crore rupees amount and to explain where they have come from. But when we spoke to Jet Airways for a comment, at this point of time what they say is that they would like they have not received any communication from the IT department at this point of time, so the airline is unable to comment on the same.
Thanks very much for giving us those exclusive details. That's Jet Airways for you in focus. And we also got you that exclusive news with respect to CG Power. Let's take it across to Pankaj, who has more details. Pankaj.
So what we can pick up is that from our sources that there is another M&A which is on the street, and this time around it's CG Power. Remember, it's been a slew of assets that have been on M&A, and this time around we can pick up that promoters of Crompton Greaves Power, which is the Gautam Thapar group, is looking to sell down stake into CG Power. Now what's not confirmed is whether they're looking to sell the entire stake or they are looking to sell a majority part of the stake. They are in talks with KKR, they are in talks with some of the other PE players. Remember, earlier in past they have sold their consumer business to Advent, which is another PE player who has taken that business separately after the demerger. So that's the sort of deal arrangement they are trying to work out with another player into this space. Now this time around things are slightly different. CG Power is 100 100%, 34% subsidiary of the company, and 100% of it is on the pledge side. So that's something that one has to note. Apart from that, in the last 6-7 quarters, the company has continuously made losses. KKR earlier has a relation with Avanta Power, who is actually the parent of CG Power, by which Gautam Thapar owns this particular company. So that's the sort of things that we are picking up on the street. However, the deal is currently under the talk phase. It's not finalized, so we'll wait and watch for any developments on that front. But what my sources tell me is that the deal is on its way and it's likely to happen within a quarter.
All right, that's the latest coming in on CG Power. On that note, we'll wind it down right here on the okay, we'll take a quick break rather right here on the show. Come right back for more. Welcome back. This is Market Fatafat. We're rounding up all of the stocks to watch out for and telling you what's buzzing in trade and making news. Well, Bharat Electric is a stock that's in focus today. They signed an MOU with Bharat Forge for a strategic cooperation in the field of defense, aerospace products, as well as systems to capitalize on the emerging markets in the economy, as well as to focus on the Make in India concept. Remember, recently was the Aero Show. We spoke to the management of BEL as well, who said they have concluded quite a few MOUs. And not just that, they have received export orders valued at nearly $33 million from Elbit System Electro Optics, which is a subsidiary of Elbit Systems in Israel. Moving right on then, at number 10, let's check in on Max India. What's the latest with Max Bupa Health, Soumya?
Well, talking about Max India and Max Bupa Health, True North is looking to acquire 51% stake in the company, and this 1100 crore deal is would see the exit of Anerjit Singh, who's actually owning Max India. Well, as far as the British partner is concerned, it's retaining its 49% stake, and the board is expected to approve this transaction pretty soon, and probably this week itself.
Okay, watch out. That's the latest on Max India. And then there is also Adani Enterprises. Well, the company has emerged as the highest bidder. This is for the privatization of 5 airports. So they will be running airports at Mangaluru, Lucknow, Jaipur, Ahmedabad, as well as Thiruvananthapuram, where the company has won those 5 bids out of 6 incidentally. And the next bid is going to open later on today for the Guwahati. And remember, it's also been in news for approving the divestment of the stake in Adani Agri Logistics and Adani Logistics, and that's why the stock has been in focus of late. Moving on then to the next stock in news, and that is Shilpa Medicare, Soumya.
Well, Shilpa is in focus for receiving not for injectable gemcitabine hydrochloride. Well, this drug is used to treat certain types of cancer, and it's the 15th player to get this approval apart from Dr. Reddy, Cipla and Sun Pharma.
All right, that'll be a stock to keep on the radar at 354. But with that, Soumya, many thanks for joining in and flagging off all those stocks. 10,850 pat on the index. We wind it down right here on the show, but all the market action continues on closing.